Hello, I'm Father John Taylor, and today I'd like to share with you the Gospel of Mark, chapter 7, verses 1 to 8. The beauty of having a laptop is that you can just easily go down and read it instead of printing off and typing up hours of paperwork. So the Pharisees and some of the teachers of the law who had come from Jerusalem gathered around Jesus and saw that some of his disciples were eating food with hands that were defiled, that is, unwashed. You see, the Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat unless they give their hands a ceremonial washing, holding to the tradition of their elders. When they came from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they wash, and they observe many other traditions, such as the washing of cups, pitchers, and kettles. The Pharisees and teachers of the law asked Jesus, "Why don't your disciples live according to the tradition of the elders, instead of eating their food with defiled hands?" He replied, "Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you hypocrites, as it is written, 'These people honour me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules. You have let go of the commands of God and are holding on to human traditions.'" Now, when you actually consider those words, it does sound quite, almost dare I say, arrogant to a sense. That someone could actually criticise somebody who classes themselves as a very good and devout person of faith. But if we look at it in today's world, more so, I think we'll then see it's easier to understand. You see, most of the wars we have today even and throughout history are caused by man, based on traditions or interpretations to what men use, and they often will use God as the excuse to start a war. Now, we actually turn around and say, we preach, for instance, love and forgiveness, freedom of choice. Yet at the same time, some people would cry death to non-believers. We also call for peace and love. Yet we still make weapons of mass destruction. We say, "Love thy neighbour," and miraculously we've all got a wall around our properties, and some even going as far to say putting a wall across the country, as the Romans did between Scotland and England. Now Mexico and America have a wall. Now, on top of that, we praise the innocence of children, as Christ said, suffer for the little children that come unto me. Yet the very people who are there to protect our children are more concerned of protecting their organisation when abuse arises. So it does make you think, where did we go wrong? What happened? After all, Jesus never owned a building. He never opened up a place with bricks and mortar and say, "This is my place of worship, please come in." No, Christ went everywhere. Christ was everywhere. He went by the banks, he went in the desert, he went by the seas. And the reason he never owned a building, he never preached from buildings to the people, was a simple understanding. God was everywhere. God was in our hearts, God was in our minds, and God is in our souls. So therefore, to understand God and to be with God in the true essence is not to attain just a church, a building made of brick and mortar, but to open your heart and your eyes. And when you speak of God, you speak of love, you speak of peace, you speak of forgiveness, and you speak of understanding. Thank you. I hope you like my videos. Please remember to subscribe, click like if you like it, and ring that bell. Bye bye.